Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and yes, I am alive. I'm sorry that I haven't been posting for the past month or two, but I do have a reason for that, and we'll get into all of that in this video. So this video is gonna be more of a recap video, what I've been doing, or more specifically reading, the past 2 months and stuff like that. So let's just get into it. So basically what happened was I fell into a reading slump. Happens to the best of us, right? Also, I have no hobbies other than reading, which is concerning. But let's just move on from that. That's an issue for later. I don't have any other hobbies apart from reading. So I didn't feel like doing anything basically, and not even making videos and posting. But I tried out some stuff and I got myself out of the slump and I started reading books again. But posting was still a challenge because I did not want to sit down to edit. I actually had like a lot of videos stored up to make, but I didn't post any of them because I had to edit them and I really didn't feel like editing. And I scrapped all those videos. I'm gonna make new ones now. I'm gonna post my regular content. I'm back with renewed vigor and ready to post again after this much needed break. So picking up off of October, I read 4 books that month. Starting off with this book, it's called Dollar Bahu, and it's an Indian book by an Indian author, so I don't think any of you would understand the meaning of the word Bahu. So I'm just gonna paste that right here. And okay, so this book is like a domestic fiction, and I did really like it. It was quite short, I think only 150 pages, and I really liked it. There wasn't much to the plot or anything, but it was a good story for a small overall read. And the reason I read it is because it's a genre that I don't usually read. Not only did I want to expand my horizons, because my friend loves this genre and she convinced me to read it, and I wanted to expand my horizon and get out of the slump, so I thought trying new things might help somehow, and it really did. So I gave this book I think 4.5 stars. It was pretty good. After that, I read the first book of the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and oh my goodness, this book literally so good. I gave it 5 stars. Most people don't like Shadow and Bone a whole lot because it's really slow paced, but the thing about me, I don't like slow paced books, but it wasn't exactly slow paced. It just didn't have much action, and I really like moments where you just get to see the characters' normal day life when they're not worrying about killing the evil villain of the story. And this book was purely that. Let me tell you what this book is about. It's about Alina, a girl who discovers that she has superpowers and that she can summon light, which can help the villagers of Ravka, because there is a fold that basically caused a division between Ravka, and she is the person they've been waiting their whole life who can come and save them. So she has to go to the little palace to get her training, and this book is just almost all of it is about her training. I really love books that show when you get to see the main character's whole life. And so yeah, I really loved this book, and I was pretty convinced that this is better than 6 of Crows. I was pretty convinced, but then I had to do a reread of 6 of Crows to try to understand, and I can still say that 6 of Crows is better, but this was a very close second, which makes sense because, well, it's the same universe. But I really love this book, and it's just perfect. It has everything in a book that I love. Then I read the second book in the Shadow and Bone universe because, well, I love the first one, so why not read the second one? And it was good. Like, I feel like everybody had overhyped this one because of a new character that we get to meet. The character was really good, but people were overhyping him a bit, so I expected more from this book, which is why I gave it a 4.5 star, but still, amazing book. New character that gets introduced is really witty and charming, and I love them. And yeah, this book is just more of that stuff. I can't really say without spoiling the first book, so you're just gonna have to read it yourself. Then the third book, Ruin and Rising, I gave this one 5 stars because what an epic conclusion to the whole trilogy. It was really, really amazing. I loved it. And also the plot twists were mind-blowing. And people say that the ending was really sappy and not satisfactory. You're wrong. I mean, you can have your own opinion, but in my opinion, the ending was really good. Like, what more do you want than the character getting to live happily ever after? I feel like I kind of spoiled that, but it's okay. It has a happy ending, is all I'm saying. Okay, so moving on to November. The first book I read in November was it's upside down. Lightlark by Alex Astor, and it was a really good book, but nothing life-changing. Like, I did really like it. It has the deadly trials trope, which I love. The writing was really nice, and it was quite fast-paced. And the plot was also intriguing, and I really love the book, but I feel like it's just so overhyped. People talk about it like it's amazing, mind-blowing, and gives you all the feels, but no, it doesn't. I'm sorry to say that, but it doesn't. Okay, so the big plot twist, I already guessed it at the end of the book. So there were like a lot of plot twists at the end of the book. But one of the bigger ones, I had already guessed it. So yeah, I can't say much without spoiling it. But basically, there was a line in the book that made me think this better not be that kind of trope. It's like a really cliche plot twist, but it was still good. Other than that, the plot twists were quite mind-blowing, and I really liked the book. But it's just a whole lot overhyped, and the plot twists were a little bit predictable. But I love the world building. World building kind of reminds me of the Grishaverse. Basically, there's this island of Lightlark where the rulers of each realm come to play a game in every 100 years that can help them break their curses. And to break the curses, there's a prophecy that one realm has to die, one ruler has to die, then that realm would just be vanquished or extinguished or whatever. And the other rulers' curses will be gone. Overall, a pretty good book, 3.5 stars, but overhyped. Yeah, but I would recommend. After that, in November, I read Magisterium, The Copper Gauntlet by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. I saw this at the school library, and I was like, whoa, those two authors are pretty good. And I'd also heard someone say the Magisterium was really underrated. So I tried it out. I read the second book first because my school library didn't have the first one. And I didn't really pay much attention to the book. I read the first 3 chapters, then put it down. But then I got back to the book and I finished it in a day. It had 264 pages, which is quite short compared to the length of the books I normally read. Okay, then I downloaded the remaining 4 books. There's 5 books in the series. And I started the first one because I was really excited at home. I started it at home because I had a 1-week break from school, so I couldn't go back to the library to get more. So I started the first book, and it was pretty short. I don't remember the length, but it was pretty good, and I liked it. The second one I read, I really liked that one too. Then I read the third one, and I really liked that one too. Okay, this is kind of becoming a theme. And something heartbreaking happened at the end of the third, okay? My heart. Then I read the fourth one, and I liked it too. And I didn't read the fifth one when I wrote the script for this video. So when I was writing it, I was like, I think this series was okay, nothing life-changing. I'm giving it 5 stars, but not because it had some good stuff, but because there was just nothing to deduct points on. Then I read the 5th one today because I started filming a bit later than I intended. So I finished the 5th book by this time. And mind blown. It was that good. Which immediately bumps up the rating of all the other books too. So basically I love this series not because anything particularly different happened in the last book. It was still the same normal, pretty good stuff. But when the series ended, that was when I realized I was sad. Because that series was so good and I didn't want it to end. And now I'm sad that the series has ended. It did get off on a happy-ish note. I don't know. I'm definitely not fully happy with the ending, but it was like a good ending still, like pretty happy, right? So let me tell you, basically it's kind of like Harry Potter. Callum Hunt is a boy who is a mage. His father hates mages because he said they killed his mom, but he has to take the test to go into mage school because it's mandatory, and he does the worst on the test purposely so that he wouldn't have to go to the school. But the best master of the school, the best teacher, selects him as an apprentice to teach him because he thinks that Cal is a danger to the normal world if he doesn't learn how to control his powers. And he has to go to maid school. He decides that he will only do his first year because after that he can leave if he wants. But he falls in love with the magisterium, that's the name of the school, and makes really good friends there, and he decides to stay on. His friend is a chaos mage. He can rule the power, he can control the power of chaos, which is basically nothing. He can reach into the void, make people vanish or whatever. It's just a really cool, strong power that they've been waiting for so they could defeat the enemy of death, who is the villain in the story. He is the villain of the story, and he caused the third mage war. He was also a chaos mage, and his friend was a chaos mage. So now the people of the mage world are going to pit them against each other. But then something happens at the end that I can't reveal because it's a spoiler. A huge spoiler. That's a pretty big plot twist. I didn't see it coming. Anyway, this series, life-changing. Life-changing, life-changing. I don't think I'll ever be the same. But the thing is, after I finish the series, every time I finish a series, I feel like really upset because, well, it's over now. What am I supposed to do with the story in my brain? So I find the fandom. This series has no fandom. There is a subreddit, but it is like completely dead. It's been dead for 2 years. Suddenly that one meme seems surreal. This is the one I'm talking about. And yeah, that's it. It was a really life-changing book, but I have nobody to talk to about it. So moving on, I got new books. King of Scars and Rule of Wolves. These are the last 2 books in the Grinch Hour. And I cracked the spines. Yeah, I cracked the spines. Let me tell you how it happened. So I looked at the books, and these are like, they're pretty big, right? So I didn't want to crack the spines. Normally if I read a huge book, I don't crack the spine because I'm just really careful with it, and the book ends up okay. But for these, I didn't want to take any chances. So I searched up on YouTube how to not crack the spines of your books, and they said to like just keep the book like this and fold each page on both sides. So I did that, and when I got to the middle of the book, I realized the book was flat, and that was when I knew. And the worst part is, even though the spine is cracked, you think it opens easy, but it still doesn't. It literally doesn't. What am I supposed to do? And I ended up cracking that spine too. And I'm just so upset and mad at myself, like, why did I do that? If I just left my books like they were normally, this wouldn't have happened. Okay, I'm gonna calm down now. In other things, I started reading Animal Farm, and I really like it so far. It's pretty fun. I really like Animal Farm. Who knows, it might be the start of my classics era, that I can be the snobby fiction reader who looks at regular readers and goes, peasants. Just kidding. Peasant. That is it for today, guys. I am really happy to be back, and I'm gonna post my regular content soon. Stay safe, happy reading, and have a good day.